Welcome along to another video. Today I'm going to discuss more about the backswing and foot pressure in the backswing. If you haven't checked it out, I did a video on takeaway. You can find the link to that up in the top corner of this video. So many people are taught and inspired to load their right leg in a backswing, which has its merits. A lot of great golfers have done that. In the way that it's perceived to be, and for me there are many different ways, or not many, but there are a few different ways in terms of how we can load this right foot and when you load that right foot. So as you start to take the golf club away, we've got a swinging mass, which is the golf club trying to shift itself to the right, and as it's shifting to the right, if the energy of the body is now moving to the right as well, what you start to see is this left foot starts to go a little bit on the light side. If I'm moving to the right, I need to push off with my left. I can equally load my right foot by pushing vertically downwards to load my right foot, and you can actually see that it actually starts to create a reaction and pushes my body more to the left. For me, this is more of the force that you need to create to oppose the swinging implement, which is the golf club. So I've got a force of the golf club swinging to the right, and then I've got a force through the right foot that is pushing me to the left, because when this golf club starts to get some momentum, the weight of it goes through the roof, and the force of it goes through the roof. Statically, it's very light. So as I start to swing the golf club to the right, if my perception is that I need to push off with my left foot to then drive me into my right foot to load the right side of my body, the reality is that this is going to inspire a lack of rotation, a lack of torque in your backswing, rather than if I make the golf club swing to the right and I start to create pressure in the ground with my right foot, I might start to see a very different reaction through my pelvis, which would encourage me to have a little bit more rotation. So I want to talk you through how I inspire that in golfers, and hopefully you'll find it useful. So one of the tools that I use quite a lot in my coaching is the Swiss ball. For a few reasons. It gives a nice pushback through my middle region, which I can stabilise through my feet and my core, and it also promotes rotation, perception of how rotation is going to occur. So when I'm standing here with my golf club in hand, I've got very light pressure in the Swiss ball, and then just by doing nothing else other than squeezing the Swiss ball, you can see that that right foot is creating force into the floor. Now, just statically, without moving, I've now got that right foot loaded. It's loaded to create a movement, which is going to create a reaction elsewhere. We'll come on to that at another time. But that right foot has now got some force in the floor. The right foot has now got force in the floor, but a very different way. That right foot's now loaded. But look what it's done to my pelvis as I do that. It's made my right hip hitch up, dropped my left hip down, it's compromised my lumbar spine, which is then going to have a negative impact as I run up through my spine and into my neck. So, with the use of one other bit of kit, I'm now going to, without the need of swinging the golf club, I'm going to now take this bag, it's a 10 kilo bag, and start swinging it to the right. Now I've got more momentum moving off to the right here. And so this weight that's swinging over here, my right foot is now opposing it. As I start to go up, I can now roll the Swiss ball down the wall, and I start to get a really good sensation of how I can load my right foot to oppose the dynamic force that the golf club starts to get in takeaway. And so that's a little drill for you of how it can give you a sensation of how you move around, and also how you can inspire some energy in your right foot without moving sideways. and that will tie in nicely with what I talked about in terms of the takeaway. So there's a lot of forces that are acting and reacting with each other to create a torque reaction through the swing, which will ultimately create more speed because of this. Hopefully that makes sense. Watch it a few times, learn in layers. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Click the like, subscribe, share with your friends, and if you do share with your friends, make sure they know where it's come from. Hopefully there's going to be a few golf coaches watching this, and no doubt you'll be seeing it on a few Instagram feeds along the way in a different form, but I'm sure it will come along nevertheless, and hopefully they can reference me if they do use it. Anyway, take it easy, and I'll see you all again soon.